Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It is fall here in Ohio. We're fueling up right now, and it is the perfect time to be out camping. Perfect weather for Ohio and camping. So we are going to be boondocking this weekend, and we want to share our tips on how to get started. If you have the fear of tackling boondocking and what to do, how to start, we're here to just share those tips with you, and hopefully you can get some little golden nuggets that you can take back with you and conquer your fear of boondocking. Are you listening for something special?
They don't want it to shoot out on me. Even going low, when you hear that gurgle sound, I just heard it. Even on low, these Chevys suck when taking these big knobs.
Yeah. So when it gurgles, you stop.
Yep. My goal is to get it on my feet.
I have to know, does anybody else know what these things are? Not sure. They're called kiwi berries. They said the whole thing's edible, smooth skin, not fuzzy, and I don't know. We're gonna try them. You want to try it first?
Do I have to?
Here, I'll give you one. They're called kiwi berries.
You know I'm driving. If this
I don't know.
stops my heart, we're in trouble.
Wouldn't expect that.
The skin is extremely sour. The inside is extremely sweet.
Oh, really?
So you get this gush of sweet, and then all of a sudden,
Then you eat the skin.
it tastes like a kiwi because it's got all those little seeds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kiwi flavor, but tart. On
Well,
the
tart
outside.
once you get to the skin.
That is weird.
Woo,
I mean, you don't care for sour either.
I'm not a sour fan. Okay, this could be a problem. This place right here, Red Rambler Coffees, is our harvest host for the night. But look, it's in a strip mall. And we're supposed to find a place to park and spend the evening. That's not going to go well. We'll see what happens. Joni is in right now talking to them, so we'll gotta figure it out.
Okay, this is an odd situation, but anywhere but the Pizza Hut parking lot. So we can go anywhere but there.
How do we stay out of people's way?
She said just park however you want. She said you can even park over here. I'm like, yeah, there's not enough room for three of us
Yeah.
over here. Now that I've looked at it, I didn't tell her that, but
But I'm afraid to put my slides out
they said
and somebody's going to hit
They
it.
said it'll, like, as the day goes, it'll obviously be clearing out. But, okay, he's deciding to move. We just don't really want to have this orange car right at our door. So we're going to have to maneuver around all this. Run me over. What's that all about? I try to stay where Mike can see me all the time in his mirrors. Okay. I think we figured it out. All right, this is gonna be home for the night. We'll get set up here and we will give you guys, oh, my shorts got stuck. And we will give you guys some tips here shortly. You wanna hear the bright side of things?
Is there one?
Yeah. You can never leave the parking lot, have your taxes done, get your back adjusted, go for a cup of coffee, get ice cream and pizza.
I like it.
I mean, you know what we need though?
If you need a smoke, they got a tobacco place across there.
there
There's
you
a
go.
bank right here if you want to get money, or you can get it right there.
See?
This is like urban boondocking at its worst, but we're going to give it our best shot.
Yeah, let's look for the bright side.
We've
of things.
never really done this. Is like people that stay at a Walmart. It's the same thing,
Yeah.
just different.
Just don't act like people of Walmart. Hey, well, speaking of people, People of Walmart.
There's Walmart right there. We should have just
You know
brought
what
our
we're
e-bikes.
missing? We are missing one thing.
What?
A car wash. Because that thing is...
Well, a car, that won't go in a car. Oh, wow.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I knew it was bad, but we haven't, maybe next week we clean this thing up.
Yeah, we're going to have to. That's music to our ears right there, right?
Yep, that's my favorite song.
Okay, so what Mike is doing right here is he's opening our water valves. We actually put some valves on our low point drains because our holding tank
That's
drain,
actually our holding tank overflow.
yeah,
And it will siphon itself empty if I didn't put these shark bite valves on it, because it's happened before.
yeah.
Show up your campsite and you're out of water because it siphoned itself. And we got 63 gallons of water, but that's
We got that open. It does dribble a little bit because it's really full,
yeah.
but it's not going to siphon out.
It
We're
shouldn't,
gonna get. Actually, I got to get the toilets.
Yeah, we got to get
treatment
that
in,
going. So we prefer to go boondocking. We're learning as we go, but we have some basic tips for you. If you want to get started, that'll take your fears away from boondocking for the very first time. And it just so happens we are urban boondocking this weekend, or at least tonight anyway. You see, we are in a parking lot of a strip mall. Kind of crazy, but we got a lot of good tips for you that will get you on your way boondocking. We've been doing it for a couple of years now, and we just want to take away your fear or anxiety of your first time boondocking. All right, so one of the tips we have for kind of taking the anxiety or fear away from your first time boondocking is water conservation. How do you conserve water and how do you make it last? We have 63 gallons of water, and with this only being a weekend boondocking trip, we've got plenty of water. We know we can take showers, we can do everything we want. But if we were out west and we were there for weeks on end, we would want to figure out how to conserve water as best as possible. So the first thing we do to conserve water is when we bought our RV, we switched to an Oxygenics shower head, which really saves water. It puts out like 3 gallons a minute. It's very, very efficient. So it's great for conserving water that way. A second way is when your water is warming up, catch it in a bucket. You can use that water to flush your toilet. The next tip is to take Navy showers. With me being a Navy guy, I completely understand what that is. But if you don't, it's only turn the water on when you're either first wetting down your body or rinsing off the soap. When you're lathering up, cleaning, no water running, and then you take care of conserving water that way in the shower. And then finally, for the toilet, there's a lot of waste in the toilet. First of all, only keep enough water in it to just cover that seal so the seal doesn't dry out. And a rule of thumb is if it's yellow, let it mellow. But if it's brown, flush it down.
I just got done doing dishes, and when we go boondocking, one of the things I like to use is a dish pan. So I can do the dishes in here, rinse inside of here, and then I just throw them off to the side to dry. But this water, I can actually use this for the toilet. So it's okay, it's kind of your gray water, but this is a way you can stretch your days even longer. If you don't run out of water or power, those are the two things you're gonna run out of first. But if you can conserve those the longest, that'll keep you out boondocking even longer. All right, so one last tip in the kitchen here is that we use a lot of paper products when we're boondocking. So that way there's less dishes and we can just throw these away as we're done with them. So paper plates, paper towels, and plasticware.
All right, so let's say we are boondocking for an extended period of time. How do we get water when we are out of water, when our tanks are pretty much dry? Now, we don't have one yet because we are still working, so we're not able to go boondocking for super extended periods, but we did have one time where we were in North Dakota and we ran out of water. They do make water bladders that you can fill up. You can find water pretty much anywhere, fill up, and then you can use your Nautilus system to pump that right back into your tanks, which is what we had to do. So just keep that in mind. You can find the 60-gallon, 70-gallon water bladders pretty much anywhere, Amazon, anywhere. And I think we have one in our Amazon store, so you can go check that out. Link will be in the description. And then finally, for some water, extra water, just carry these gallons of water around. When you want to do coffee, fill these up, and you have coffee water. You have all kinds of other ways you can use this. Drinking water, you don't want to throw it down the toilet because this is RO water itself. But having 4 or 5 extra gallons of water for a couple of days is really handy. All right, so we are going to go grab some dinner, and we will see you probably in the morning where we share our power tips and how to conserve power and how to get along with power.
Oh, good morning.
The sounds of morning, a train going through town.
Not super ideal to stay in a parking lot, but
No.
we're making the best of it.
Yep.
And the best of it is Red Rambler sign just opened. So we're gonna go in and get coffee. I said I want to get coffee before I finish my hair, but Mike's gonna go over the power stuff here soon. And I'm gonna let my hair kind of partially air dry so I don't have to use as much battery to finish drying my hair. So figured go in and get my coffee, and then by that time I'll be ready to run the blow dryer. Also found out that this place has homemade pastries that, oh, it's packed in here.
Yeah, people were waiting. Yeah.
Oh, holy cow. Oh my goodness, look at this parking lot.
Just for the coffee shop.
I had no idea. They said their Pop-Tarts, homemade Pop-Tarts are like a thing.
I'm going to get a thing.
I figured you would. Homemade Pop-Tart. Is it good? And his coffee is sweater weather. It's the Burr months. Cozy up. Okay, that Pop-Tart was something else. I was kind of complaining because it was small, but it was so sugary and so sweet. We haven't really been eating sweets like that, and that makes me want to go home and make them so I can control this. And I'm like, we haven't been eating them, but
No, I want to go make them.
I want to go make them. They were really expensive. They were almost $6 for one, but they were good. They were very good. Okay, so we have used up almost half of the battery, so we're at 54%. And but we also are bringing some more power in than we're using. So we're going to get to our next stop, and we're going to go over some of the power side of things for the tips. So hold tight, and we'll get into that here soon.
After a quarter of a mile, turn right onto State Route 635.
Boondocking spot number 2 for the weekend. Chateau Winery and Vineyard. It says friends gather here. Good thing we brought our friends.
It tells me it's going to be low.
Not awful. So why don't we go in and see what's happening with the batteries, and then
Well, we're still taking on power, so
see what we're taking in. And
we're at 57. We're taking in 240 basically.
mm-hmm.
So with all that's going out, we're still taking in 118 watts. So it's not
we're
bad.
taking in more than we're using.
We're taking in more than we're using.
Sweet.
And it's going to do that all afternoon. So we've discussed the water side of boondocking, just simply how to manage your water. Now we're going to discuss power. And if you or anybody just bought a brand new RV or something, generally the new RVs don't have lithium, they don't have solar. Some will have like 1 or 2 solar panels, 1 solar panel on top. But if you want to get into this as cheap as possible, this is the place to start. with a generator. So what the generator is going to do, it's going to basically run anything on your rig as if you were at a campground. And ours is gas powered. You can get them dual fuel for propane and gas. What you want to look for first thing is an inverter generator. So this is a Predator 3500. So it's got 3500 watts of startup power, and it runs at 3,000 watts. So it's an inverter generator. The difference between that and the other ones is you've seen the ones that are super loud, and they're like what you see on a construction site. They're not inside a case. They're just open and exposed. Those are not generally what you want to get because they're just extremely loud and the power is not stable. These, on the other hand, with an inverter, it gives you stable power. You'll generally have a 30 amp hookup here to plug right into. And yeah, this is pretty much as simple as it gets. We've had this generator since 2000. I want to say 2000, so it's been 5 years that we got this generator, and it's been running strong for us. And we can boondock as long as we have fuel. We can boondock as long as we want. This is really good for summer hot months, so you can run your ACs. This is a 3-gallon tank, and we can run one AC on this for 8 hours, easy. And then other things as well. But generally speaking, you treat your rig like a 30 amp rig when you're hooked up to this. So if you want to get out there and boondock right away, buy your first camper, get something like this to carry around, and you can boondock anywhere. Okay, I'm just happen to be on the roof of our RV. You can see I got some solar panels here. I got 3 here, 1 right here. We got 880 watts of solar on this roof. I'm just going to sit here and say you do not need solar or lithium to boondock. But if you want to boondock extended periods of time, this is a busy country road. You don't need solar to boondock, but if you want to be out off grid longer, as we want to do, we're building our system, you may want to go to solar and lithium and all the things that help you run longer. Second tip is going to be get rid of your lead acid and at least get one 100 amp hour lithium. You're going to double how long your battery lasts, because a lead acid battery only lasts half-life of a 100 amp hour lithium battery. You can start there. Always start with your batteries. Don't worry about the solar at first. Start with batteries and double check your converter, because in newer RVs, they generally put a converter that can handle charging a lithium battery. So if you don't know what a converter is, the converter is what takes your 110. When you plug into an RV receptacle at a campground, it converts that 110 power into 12 volts. So your converter charges your batteries while you're plugged in. The inverter on the other side takes battery power, 12 volt, and it changes it to 110 so you can run anything in your rig. So we're set up to where everything on our rig can run off of our Victron inverter with our 630 amp hours of batteries, 880 watts of solar. I think we got 2 more panels coming. As you see up here, I got spaces for them. That'll put us over 1,000 watts of solar. So just understand, you don't need all this, but when you want to go boondocking for longer extended periods, way out in the middle of nowhere, this is what kind of stuff you're going to want. So right now we're taking in power from the sun and charging our batteries with it. And that's really all it does. So that's number 2 of what I would do is lithium batteries. And finally, we have something like this. This is a new power station that we do a lot of our charging with. You can charge this up at home prior to leaving, and it lasts a long time. If you see back here, we have some solar panels for it, so we can set it outside and charge it. But we're charging up a lot of stuff, our drones, our microphones. We charge our phones at night, so we're not drawing from our camper batteries. So really nice to have something like this. You can look at New Power's website. They got tons of them. They're bigger now and better and stronger, but there's a lot of them out there. Just find the one that works for you.
This stay here is a lot different from our last one.
Much different. This is more like what we're used to. All right, so we hope that this video has helped you conquer your anxieties or fear about your first time going boondocking. We wanted to leave you with a couple more small tips, well, mainly one. The one main tip is to practice, and the best way to practice is go to a normal campground, fill your water up, unplug, and test it right there. So you always have that safety net of being able to plug back in. That is a perfect way to get your first dip your toes into the boondocking world. And as you gain confidence, you're going to find that this to us is our favorite way to camp. And the final thing is, just remember, every one of these RVs, at the bare bones when you buy them, is capable of going out and boondocking. Anybody can do this. There's nothing scary about it. It is just learning to manage all of your systems. That's really all it comes down to. And then being comfortable with being uncomfortable sometimes. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and come back and see us next time. Oh yeah, happy glamping.